I want to start today a little differently. I've lost over 130 pounds over the course of my journey. And while people love to talk about weight loss, almost no one talks about what comes after. What no one prepared me for was the fear, the pressure, and the constant question of, can I actually keep this weight off without fighting my body forever? And if you've ever lost weight or you're in the middle of losing weight right now, especially after 40, this conversation is for you. Hey there, I'm Dr. Kisha Pickford, a nurse practitioner and a holistic nutrition weight loss coach. And welcome to Weight Talk Thursdays, where we talk about weight loss after 40 in a way that's realistic, heart-centered, hormone-friendly, and focused on long-term sustainability and not fear. Today, I want to talk about the part of weight loss that almost no one prepares women for, the transition phase. Over the years, I've lost more than 130 pounds through lifestyle changes, consistency, and yes, using medication as a tool at certain points. But here's the truth. Losing the weight wasn't the hardest part. Although I'm still on my journey, the hardest part in a lot of areas of my life is still learning how to live after the weight loss. And there was a quiet moment when the scale had finally changed. People were congratulating me, but internally, I still felt tense around food. I still questioned myself. I still worried about what would happen if life got stressful again, because life always does. And that's when I realized something important. Weight loss had changed my body, but it hadn't yet rebuilt my trust. And no one talks about how your body needs time to feel safe again, especially after years of dieting, stress, and starting over. And I see the same experience in the women I coach all the time. Smart, disciplined women over 40 who are terrified of gaining the weight back. But here's the reframe I want you to hear clearly. Most weight regain does not happen because someone lacks willpower. It happens because there is no supported transition phase after weight loss. The body has to adjust hormonally, metabolically, and emotionally after weight loss. But instead of being guided through that transition, women are often left with pressure, fear, and silence. I hear things like, I don't trust myself anymore. If I loosen up, everything will fall apart. If I feel like I have to stay strict forever. These women, they don't like discipline. The women I'm talking about are mothers, sisters, wives, they're bosses and CEOs. These women are people who have been too disciplined for far too long. But when the structure changes, such as a medication pause, a routine shift, or life just happening, a stressed body doesn't release the weight. It begins to protect itself. So I want to share a quick client story that really captures this. I worked with a woman in her late 40s who had lost a significant amount of weight. She was doing everything right. She was tracking. She was staying very aware of her every weight loss move. She was weighing herself daily, but she came to me exhausted and she was very anxious. She said, I'm terrified to loosen up because I don't trust myself. If I'm not on top of every second, I feel like I'm going to gain the weight all back. And what stood out wasn't a lack of discipline. It was how unsafe she felt in her body and how her body felt. Once we shifted from control to consistency, from restriction to nourishment, her weight stabilized, her cravings calmed, and most importantly, her anxiety around food started to ease. The scale didn't move dramatically, but her trust did. And that's actually what made her results sustainable. I also would like to pause and reflect for a moment. If you've ever lost weight before, even a small amount, did anyone ever talk to you about the emotional or physiological transition afterward? Or were you just expected to keep it up forever? Most women are not given a maintenance plan, only pressure. So, what do you do to focus on instead? The transition phase isn't about tighter control. It's about rebuilding trust. And this is where sustainable habits matter more than perfect ones. It's where nutrition matters more than restriction. It's where consistency matters more than intensity. Whether you're using medication, coming off medication, or you've never used medication at all, the work is still the same. Helping your body feel supported instead of threatened. And that's why at Ample Health and Wellness, I don't just help women lose weight. I help them rebuild trust with their bodies, their metabolism, and their habits, so weight loss doesn't feel fragile. So let me give you something practical you can focus on this week. I don't want you trying to overhaul everything. I want you to do one thing that supports trust instead of fear. And here's your action step. Pick one habit that signals safety to your body, and you practice it consistently for the next 7 days. That might look like eating meals at consistent times, adding protein instead of cutting food, drinking water before reacting to your cravings, taking a 10-minute walk instead of pushing harder, pausing before weighing yourself or skipping the scale for a few days. The goal this week is not perfection. The goal is to show your body I'm supported, because when your body feels safe, it doesn't fight you. And if you've ever felt anxious after losing weight, or unsure of what comes next, or afraid of gaining the weight back, you're not broken. You just weren't supported through the transition. And this is the heart of my book, The Wait is Over, and the coaching work we do at Ample Health and Wellness in our holistic weight loss program. If this message is resonating with you today, let me know in the comments, what part of the after phase do you wish someone had prepared you for? If no one has ever told you this before, let me say it clearly. Maintenance isn't about holding on tighter. It's about learning how to live with more trust. Well, that's all I have for this episode. Until next time, I need you to always remember, your health is not a secret. It's your story. So own it. Bye for now. See you next time around.